Good morning, dear students. In the last class, we discussed about symmetric and skew symmetric matrices. Today, we will going to see some applications on symmetric and skew symmetric matrices. So, first of all, we will see what is the symmetric matrix. Any square matrix capital A is said to be symmetric. A transpose equal to A. Or some people they may notate A dash also. So A dash or A transpose nothing but A means capital A is a symmetric matrix. One simple example. So this is A H G H B F G F C. So this is the best example for symmetric matrix. In symmetric matrices, one point you observe, all the principal diagonal elements may be distinct. Second point. So here what is the A12 is there, A12 is there, same as A21 also same element will be there. A13, what is A13 here? G. Here also same element will be there, that is A31. So that is the nature of symmetric matrix. So such type of matrices are called symmetric matrices. Then skew symmetric matrix. A square matrix capital A is said to be skew symmetric matrix. A dash or A transpose equal to minus A. Such type of matrices are called skew symmetric matrices. So in skew symmetric matrices, there are some identifications whether it is skew symmetric or not. See 0, H, G. This is H means minus H. You observe. This is H means minus H. 0. This is F. So this is G means minus G will be there. This is F means minus F will be there. This is 0. So what is the difference you observe? Here H means H, G means G, F means F. But here opposite signs. H means minus H, G means minus G, F means minus F. Here all the principal diagonals may be distinct. But here all the principal diagonals must be 0. That is the nature of a skew symmetric matrix. So these are the symmetric and skew symmetric matrices. Any matrix is both symmetric and skew symmetric. Any matrix is both symmetric and skew symmetric. Only null matrix, whatever it may be order, maybe it is 2 by 2 or 3 by 3 of any order. Any square matrix and null matrix you take means if it is both symmetric and skew symmetric matrix. So this is the concept about symmetric. One more question. Any square matrix can be expressed as sum of the two matrices. One is symmetric, another one is skew symmetric. For example, A is a square matrix. So A can be written as, can I write this is 1 by 2 into 2A, because 2 cancel means again A only will come. So from this again 1 by 2 into, see this is not matrix, just I am taking bracket. 2A can be written as A plus A. Just adding transpose, subtracting transpose. So first these two I am taking. So 1 by 2 into A plus A transpose. 1 by 2 into A minus A transpose. So this is symmetric part. This is symmetric. This is skew symmetric. So any square matrix can be expressed as symmetric and skew symmetric. One simple question generally they will ask in the entrance. Any one square matrix is there. Suppose 1, 2, 3, 4. this matrix can be written as sum of the two matrices. Then what is B and C, they will ask. What is B and C? So B nothing but any one you can take, either symmetric or skew symmetric. What is B? 1 by 2 into A plus A transpose. What is C? If B is symmetric means C compulsory skew symmetric. What is skew symmetric? That is A minus A transpose by 2. So like that, any one matrix can be expressed as sum of the symmetric and skew symmetric. This is most important in the entrance point of view. Next, here you observe question. What is the maximum number of distinct elements required to form a symmetric matrix of order 12? Just one problem I will explain. Just I am taking one simple example. First I am taking 3 by 3 order. So 3 by 3 order means we need 9 elements, 9 distinct elements. 9 distinct elements to form a 3 by 3 matrix. So if it is symmetric means, what is the symmetric nature? Just now we discussed. See, this is A, H, G, H, B, F, G, F, C. Very clear. If you replace this element means no need to replace this element because same element we should write. G is the G, F is the F. So you observe, first you select any principal diagonal. So if you fill up first principal diagonal elements, so this is 3 by 3 matrix means how many diagonal elements are there? 3 diagonal elements. So here first we have to fill up first 3 blanks in diagonals. So how many distinct elements required? First 3 elements required. Next. So we selected principal diagonal elements. Then we have to fill up either above the principal diagonal or below the principal diagonal. If you fill up above the principal diagonal means automatically these blanks will be filled. So here above the principal diagonal how many elements are there? Remaining 6. Total how many elements we required? 9. So 3 diagonal elements gone. Remaining 6 elements. So remaining 6 elements means 6 elements. Among the 6 elements, not necessary to fill up all these 3 blanks to these 3 blanks. If you fill up these 3 blanks means automatically these 3 blanks will be gone. So half of them only will take. Half of them means how many will take? 3. So 3 plus 3 means 6 distinct elements required. If you want to check here, only 6 distinct elements are there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Only 6 distinct elements are there to form a symmetric matrix. Then to form a skew symmetric matrix, first we'll complete first problem. So what is the first problem concept? Symmetric. So to form a symmetric matrix, so total number of how many elements required? Total 144 elements may required. 144 elements may required. Suppose if it is skew symmetric means, how many diagonal elements are there? These are the diagonal elements. How many diagonal elements are? Because this order is 12 by 12. You remember. Order is 3 by 3 means 3 diagonal. Order is 4 by 4 means 4 diagonal. Order is 10 by 10 means 10 diagonals. Order is 12 by 12 means 12 diagonal elements. So we required first 12 distinct elements. Then how many elements total? 144. Remaining how many we left? 132. Half of them you take means 2. 66. Then here you observe. Here 66 blanks, here 66 blanks. Very clear. Total how many? 144. See here. Here 66. Here 66. Here 66. So 66 plus 66 means 132 plus 12 means 144. But one more point, if it is symmetric means if you fill up these 66 blanks by 66 elements, no need to fill up these blanks because in symmetry H is the H, G is the G, F is the F like that. So you no need to fill up these blanks. So total how many elements required to form a, how many distinct elements required to form a symmetric means 78 elements required. 78 elements if R raised 12 by 12. Next, if it is skew symmetric matrix, how many elements required? So I told symmetric skew symmetric difference is, see here, if it is skew symmetric means 0 H G minus H 0, this is F minus F, sorry, this is G means minus G minus F 0. Very clear. Whatever it may be order, whether it is even order or odd order, all the principal diagonal elements must be 0. So remaining non-diagonal elements, see here, it is 3 by 3 order means here 3 elements, here 3 elements. So if this order is 1 means order is 12 by 12 means 144 elements required. So 12 by 12. If it is skew symmetric means all the principal diagonals must be zeros. So all these 12 diagonal elements must be 0. So whatever the distinct elements if you take means compulsory these diagonal elements filled by only 0 0. Next. Same as symmetric means here, see actually 144 blanks are there. Here 12 blanks fill up. Remaining here 66 places. Here 66 places. So 132, if you fill up these blanks means no need to fill up these blanks. So here how many blanks are there? 66 blanks. So each and every blank one distinct elements means 66 distinct are required. So number of distinct elements required to form a skew symmetric matrix of order 12 means only 66 elements required. Only 66 elements required to form a skew symmetric, distinct elements required to form a skew symmetric matrix. So like that we have to form whether number of distinct elements to form a symmetric and skew symmetric. Then if you add one more 0 also, it is 1, so that is 67 distinct elements required. Next. So in the entrance point of view, they will ask only this type of questions, you remember. Next question we'll see. A square, if a square matrix, capital A is a square matrix such that Aij equal to order is 3 by 3, defined as Aij equal to signum function of A minus G. Then show that capital A is a skew symmetric. Capital A is a skew symmetric, we have to prove. First this one you observe, signum function. What is signum function definition? SGM. So if x depends on x only, if x is positive, if x equal to 0, x is negative. X is more than 0, any number if you take signum function of x means 1. This is 0. This is minus 1. Similarly, signum function of I minus j, very simple. Instead of x we are taking I minus j. Suppose here I minus j greater than 0. See here. I minus j greater than 0. Nothing but I is greater than j. I is greater than j. Its value 1. I equal to j. Its value 0. I is less than j. Its value minus 1. So, what they are asking to construct one matrix A is a of order 3 by 3. Then we have to prove that skew symmetric matrix. See here. First step. One matrix I am taking. 3 by 3 means what are the elements? A11, A12, A13, A21, A22, A23, A31, A32, A33. You observe. What are these elements? I equal to j case. What is I equal to j? All are 0 zeros. 0, 0, 0. 1, 2, 1, 3, 2, 3. I less than j case. These are all I less than j cases. These are all I equal to j cases. These are all I is greater than j cases. See here. So these are all I is greater than j cases means what are these elements? I is less than j. I is less than j means minus 1, minus 1, minus 1. These are all three elements. I is greater than j. So I is greater than j means 1. This is 1, 1. So very clear. All the principal diagonal elements are zeros. Minus 1 plus 1, minus 1 plus 1, minus 1 plus 1. So clearly capital A is a skew symmetric matrix. Skew symmetric matrix. So like that we have to prove capital A is a skew symmetric matrix. Trace of a matrix. Trace of a matrix. Trace of a square matrix. See here. What is the trace of a square matrix? Just I will take one example, later I will tell definition. See, one square matrix I am taking. A11, A12, A13, A21, A22, A23, A31, A32, A33. Sum of all the principal diagonal elements. All the principal diagonal elements is called trace of the matrix. So trace of the matrix, how to denote? TRA of A, trace of the matrix. Nothing but A11, A22 plus A33. So some properties are there. So trace of A plus B equal to trace of A plus trace of B. Second one, if minus is there, minus also we can write. So trace of K into A equal to K into trace of the matrix. Then third one, trace of AB equal to trace of B. So these are the properties on trace of a matrix. Then what is the trace of skew symmetric matrix? 0. This is A, B. It is minus A 0, C minus B minus C 0. This is a skew symmetric matrix. Then what is the trace of this skew symmetric means sum of the principal diagonal elements 0 plus 0 plus 0 nothing but 0. What is the determinant of skew symmetric matrix? That is also 0. So if A is skew symmetric means trace of the matrix equal to determinant of the matrix. So this point you have to remember. Next. So what is orthogonal matrix? Suppose A be a square matrix of order n, means A equal to all the elements Aij of order n by n is said to be orthogonal. A transpose equal to A transpose A equal to identity matrix of order n. So A transpose this product and this product equal to identity matrix. Such type of matrix, square matrix, is called orthogonal matrix. One simple example: if A is orthogonal matrix, if I take one example, cos theta, sin theta, minus sin theta, cos theta. So you observe. What is A transpose? A transpose cos theta, that is sin theta. So minus sin theta, it will be cos theta. What is A into A transpose? So A means cos theta, sin theta, minus sin theta, cos theta. A transpose means cos theta, sin theta, minus sin theta, cos theta. See here. So from this, first row, first column, if you multiply means cos square theta plus sin square theta 1. This is 0. Second row, first column 0. Second row, second column. So this is I2 equal. So A transpose equal to second order, because A we are taking second order matrix. If you take nth order matrix means identity matrix of order n you will get. Similarly we can show that A transpose into A is also identity matrix. So these type of matrices are called orthogonal matrices. So in orthogonal matrices, there is some points you have to identify. Means A is orthogonal means determinant of A is not equal to 0, because this is non-singular matrix. Non-singular matrix. So orthogonal matrix always non-singular matrix, because determinant of A if you calculate, see, determinant of A if you calculate, that is cos theta, sin theta, minus sin theta, cos theta. So product of the principal diagonal elements, that is cos square theta plus sin square theta. So cos square theta plus sin square theta means 1, which is not equal to 0. So this point remember, if A is orthogonal means it is non-singular matrix. So if it is non-singular matrix means inverse exists. So for every orthogonal matrix inverse exists. Next thing. Suppose A is orthogonal means A transpose and A inverse both are orthogonal matrices. Orthogonal matrices. So A transpose and A inverse all are orthogonal matrices. Next. So in orthogonal matrix, one point you have to identify. So what is the point here and right here? So fourth point, Sum of the squares of any row or any column. Sum of the squares of any row or any column must be 1. Sum of the squares cos square theta plus sin square theta. How much it is? 1. Next, if you take this one also, this row you take sin square theta plus cos square theta 1. First column you take cos square theta plus sin square theta 1. Second column you take sin square theta plus cos square theta 1. So sum of the squares of elements of any row or any column is 1 means that is the orthogonal matrix. These are the identifications whether one matrix is orthogonal or not. Next, sum of the product of any row with the corresponding cofactors of other row. Cos theta minus sin theta. Sin theta plus cos theta. See here, cos theta minus sin theta means plus cos theta sin theta into cos theta. Sin theta into cos theta. It is always 0. See, sum of the squares of elements of any row or any column 1. Sum of the product of elements of a row with the corresponding elements of other row or other column. So if suppose if you take these two, cos theta sin theta minus sin theta cos theta, both will cancel, so we'll get 0. So these are the terms we have to identify in orthogonal matrix. So orthogonal matrix means A transpose A transpose equal to identity means that is the orthogonal matrix. Next definition, idempotent matrix. Idempotent matrix. A square matrix, capital A, is said to be idempotent. A square equal to A. A square equal to A. So one square, any square matrix, if A square equal to A means capital A is called idempotent matrix. So idempotent matrix means one definition I will take. Capital A equal to, see here, capital A equal to 2 minus 2 4, 2 minus 2 minus 4, minus 1 3 4, then 1 minus 2 minus 3. We'll see whether it is idempotent or not. So what is A square? So A square nothing but A into A. So what is A matrix 2 minus 2 minus 4 minus 1 3 4 1 minus 2 minus 3. Again same matrix 2 minus 2 minus 4 minus 1 3 4 1 minus 2 minus 3. Just to simplify this one, see, first row corresponding elements of first column. So 2 into 2 4 plus 2 minus 4. Next, first row second column 2 into minus 2 minus 4 minus 6 plus 8. First row third column minus 8 minus 8 plus 12. Next, second row first column minus 2 minus 3 plus 4. Second row second column plus 2 plus 9 minus 8. Second row third column plus 4 plus 12 minus 12. Next, third row first column 2 plus 2 minus 3. Second row, second column, minus 2 minus 6 plus 6. Third row, third column, minus 4 minus 8, minus means plus 9. See here. Minus 4 plus 4 cancel 2. Minus 4 plus 4 cancel 2. This is minus 10 plus 8 means minus 2. Minus 4 minus 1 3 4 1 minus 2 minus 3. Again what we got? A matrix only. So A square equal to A we got means A is idempotent matrix. So A is idempotent matrix means one more point you have to remember. So idempotent means A square equal to A. Taking determinant on both sides. Determinant of A square equal to determinant of E. So determinant of A square nothing but determinant of A square minus determinant of A equal to 0. If I take determinant of A common means determinant of A minus 1 equal to 0. So either determinant of A equal to 0 or determinant of A equal to 1. So determinant of A equal to either 0 or 1. So most important, determinant of a square matrix is either 0 or 1 means that matrix is called idempotent matrix. Idempotent matrix. Next. Involuntary matrix. Involuntary matrix. So what is involuntary matrix? A square matrix capital A is said to be involuntary if A square equal to identity. If A square equal to A means that is idempotent. A square equal to identity means that is involuntary matrix. So what is involuntary matrix? One example I will take. See, suppose A equal to, just I am taking minus 5, minus 8, 0, 3, 5, 0, 1, 2, minus 1. Minus 5, minus 8, 0, 3, 5, 0, 1, 2, minus 1. Whether it is involuntary or not, we have to check. So first I am taking A square. A square nothing but A into A. So minus 5, minus 8, 0, 3, 5, 0, 1, 2, minus 1. Again same matrix. Minus 5, minus 8, 0. This is 3, 5, 0, 1, 2, minus 1. So if you want to check, multiply corresponding elements, what will get? See here. First row, first column. First row, first column. Minus 5 into minus 5, 25. Minus 8 into 3, minus 24. 0 into minus 1, 0. Minus 5, second row you observe. Minus 5 into minus 8, 40. Minus 8 into 5, minus 40. Plus 0. So like that you simplify, what will get? This is 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, 1. So clearly how much we got here? Identity matrix. 1 0 0 0 1 0 0 0 1. So that A square equal to identity matrix means this is involuntary matrix. So if A is involuntary matrix, how to identify? Conditions you observe. What is involuntary? A square equal to identity. Taking determinant on both sides. Determinant of A square equal to determinant of identity. Determinant of A square equal to determinant of identity means 1. So that A equal to plus or minus 1. Same previous. In this case, what are the conditions? That A value either 0 or 1. In this case, that A value plus or minus 1 means that is involuntary matrix. So that point you have to remember. Next. Nilpotent matrix. Nilpotent. So what is nilpotent means? A square matrix capital A is said to be nilpotent if A to the power m equal to null matrix. So then what is the least? Suppose one point to remember. Suppose A square equal to null matrix. A cube also null matrix. A power 4 also null matrix. A power 10 is also null matrix. Among all these values, what is the least positive integer? That positive integer is called index of the nilpotent matrix. Index. So one example I will take. A equal to this is 1 1 3 5 2 6 minus 2 minus 1 minus 3. Whether it is nilpotent or not, we will see. First we will calculate A square. A square means A into A. 1 1 3 5 2 6 minus 2 minus 1 minus 3 into same matrix 1 1 3 5 2 6 minus 2 minus 1 minus 3. So if we multiply A square will get, say what is A square? First row, first column. So that is 1 plus 5 minus 6. First row, second column 1 plus 2 minus 3. First row, third column 3 plus 6 minus 9. Next step. Second row, first column 5 plus 10 minus 12. 5 10 minus 12. First row, second row, second column 5 plus 4 minus 6. Second row, third column 15 plus 12 minus 18. Next. Third row, first column minus 2 minus 5 plus 6. Third row, second column minus 2 minus 2 plus 3. Third row, third column minus 6 minus 6 minus 6 plus 9. So finally how much we got? See here. 6 minus 6 means 0. 3 minus 3 means 0. 9 minus 9 means 0. Yes. This is 15 minus 12 means 3. 9 minus 6 means 3. How much it is? 20, 27. 27 minus 18. So 27 minus 18 means it will be 9. 27. Next, minus 7 plus 6, minus 1. Minus 4 plus 3, minus 1. Minus 12, this is 3. Minus 12 plus 9 means minus 3. This is a square. Then, what is a cube or a power 4? I will take directly. A power 4 means a square into a square. So, what is a square matrix? 0, 0, 0, 3, 3, 9, minus 1, minus 1, minus 3. Again, same matrix. 0, 0, 0, 3, 3, 9, minus 1, minus 1, minus 3. So you observe, first row, first column means 0. All terms are 0. First row, second column 0. First row, third column 0. Second row, first column. See here, 3 into 0, 0. 3. So 3 into 0. This is 9, minus 9. So completely 0. Second row, second column 0, 9, minus 9, 0. 0, 27, minus 27, 0. Third row, first column, minus 1 into 0, minus 3 into minus 3, plus 3. So again 0. Third row, third column, that is also 0. So finally we got null matrix. Means A power 4 equal to null matrix. So here you can take A power 5 also null matrix, A power 6 also null matrix, A power 10 also null matrix. Among them, what is the least means 4. So, what is the index of the nilpotent matrix means that will be 4 we have to write. So, this is a nilpotent matrix. Next definition, periodic matrix. So one square matrix A and B said to be periodic. A to the power k plus 1 is again A means that is the periodic matrix. So what is the k means the least positive integral value, that is the k. So k is called period of the matrix. Period of the matrix. One example I will take. Periodic matrix. Suppose A equal to 1 by 2 minus 1 by 2 minus 1 by 2 1 by 2 is, or we will take 0 1 minus 1 I will take 0 minus 1 1 0 0 minus 1, or this is 1 minus 1 we take. First I am taking A square. So 0 1 minus 1 0 into 0 1 minus 1 0. See here. So how much it is? First row, first column 0 minus 1. First row, second column 0 0. Second row, first column 0. Second row, second column minus 1. This is A square. Then A cube I will calculate. What is A cube? A into A square, or A square into A. So A square means minus 1 0, 0 minus 1 into A, 0 1 minus 1 0. Total how much it is? Minus 1, this is 0, minus 1 0, 0 plus 1, then 0 it is 0. So you observe whether it is A matrix. So it is not A matrix. Then A power 4. So A cube into A I will calculate. A cube into A. 0 minus 1 1 0 into A. 0 1 minus 1 0. So from this, first row first column, this is 1. First row second column, this is 0. Second row first column, 0. Second row second column, 1. This is also not equal to A. We will calculate A power 5. So A power 4 into A I will take. What is A power 4? 1 0 0 1. What is A? 0 1 minus 1 0. So from this, how much it is? See? First row first column, this is 0. First row second column, 1. Second row first column, minus 1. Second row second column, 0. You see here, clearly you got A. So A power 5 equal to A means, actually what is periodic function? A power k plus 1 we have to express. So A to the power 4 plus 1 equal to A. So period of the function is 4. So like that we have to define periodic function. So A power 5 equal to A, 5 can be written as 4 plus 1, that is equal to K. Like that we have to define periodic function. Next, conjugate of a matrix. Conjugate. So in the conjugate of a square matrix, generally complex numbers will see. Suppose x plus iy, one complex number is there. What is conjugate? Z bar equal to x minus iy. Similarly, in a matrix, suppose A be a matrix, here all the elements may be complex or real numbers are there. So conjugate of the matrix means A bar. So this is a matrix obtained by writing all the conjugates of elements of capital A is called conjugate of the matrix. So an example will be A equal to 1 plus 2i, 1 plus 2i, 2 minus 3i, 3 plus 4i, 4 minus 5i, 5 plus 6i, 6 minus 7i, 8, 7 plus 8i, that is 7. So we have to write its a conjugate. So conjugate of the matrix means A bar by means obtaining by writing all the conjugates of these elements, means these are the complex numbers, these conjugates. So what is 2 plus I? 1 plus 2i conjugate 1 minus 2i. This is 2 plus 3i. 3 minus 4i. 4 plus 5i. So 5 minus 6i. 6 plus 7i. This is 8 means real number conjugate itself. This is conjugate is 7 minus 8i. It's a conjugate nothing but itself. So this is the conjugate of the matrix. Suppose if I write this transpose, means the transpose of conjugate of matrix, it is denoted by A or theta. So This is the transpose of conjugate of a square matrix, that is denoted by A power theta. So again it's a transpose. What is transpose means? First row become first column. 1 minus 2i, 2 plus 3i, 3 minus 4i. Second row becomes second column. 4 plus 5i, 5 minus 6i, 6 plus 7. Third row become third column. 8, 7 plus 8i, that is 7. So this is the transpose of conjugate of A square matrix. It is denoted by A power theta. Next, Hermitian matrix. Hermitian matrix. So what is Hermitian matrix? A square matrix capital A is said to be Hermitian. A power theta equal to A. A power theta equal to A. Skew Hermitian. Skew Hermitian matrix. So what is skew Hermitian matrix? A power theta equal to minus A. So very clear. What is A power theta? Transpose of conjugate of a square matrix. Again if you get A mean, that is skew Hermitian matrix. A power theta equal to minus A you got mean, that is skew Hermitian. Next, unitary matrix. Unitary matrix. So what is unitary matrix? A into A power theta equal to A power theta equal to A equal to identity matrix, that is unitary matrix. So unit matrix different to unitary matrix. What is unit matrix? That is in or I2 equal to, suppose third order means 1 0 0 0 1 0 0 0 1. What is unitary matrix means? A into A power theta equal to A power theta into A equal to identity matrix, that is the unitary skew Hermitian matrices. So these are the definitions in matrices.